Hello Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm Frances Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! And today it's Stamping 101 and it's all about heat embossing. What is heat embossing? It's when you take that little embossing powder with your heat gun. So I'm going to show you the basic of this, and like I said, this is Stamping 101, so it's all about basic. So I'm going to show you on white cardstock and then on dark cardstock. This was on white, but I sponged it. I'm going to show it to you. And I don't know how much you can see, but the embossing, the heat embossing, it turned like to be almost like a rubber. And here it's on color cardstock with color embossing, and it comes in many color, your embossing powder. It's on page 167 if I remember correct. Yes, so all your stuff for your heat embossing, it's on page 167. And we get Stampin' Up! Got all those colors, so it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, about 15. I lost where I was. So about 15 colors that we can emboss. And you get the clear embossing too. So let's get started. Like I said, you're going to need, I call it the embossing gun, but really it's the embossing tool, the heat tool. So you're going to need one of that. You're going to need the embossing powder of your choice. And then I like the embossing buddy. What is the embossing buddy? I'm going to show you both ways. If sometime when you put your powder, it don't all come off, and this would help. Let me grab another piece of dark paper so I can show both ways. Okay, and then I'm going to show, okay, we get the tools we need. Let's get started. I like to have the Versamark ink for this technique. You can use other pigment inks, so it has to be the pigment like the silver encore, the gold. That would work, and you can use clear with that. And when we have the craft ink, you could use that. Now the craft just come in the white. So let's get started. I'm going to do all the stamping and then put the powder, then we're going to start the embossing heat tool. So I'm going to show it to you on the white, and then on the, I'm going to do white on white. So what I'm going to do is stamp this here. And then I'm going to put my white embossing powder. And this you could do it with clear too. I don't know if I get clear handy or not. I don't see it right now. So let's just do white. So this was in those little container, but I just put it in a little plastic thing. And then I take my spoon and then tap it. Okay, so this is our white. Gonna put this aside. Now we're gonna do the same thing, and the white one, it really slide good. I need a rag here. It really slide good, so I don't use the embossing buddy, especially on the dark color that I use my embossing buddy. Now we're gonna do this again, the same flower, and we're gonna do it in, oh, let's do it in pool party. I'm going to use this. And then we got those little, I'm looking for my tray that I know I just got out. And we're, oh, here it is. So you could use your tray too. And then put this in. And I always tap it, and you can tap it in the back. I'm going to put this away. Now let's do on the dark. So the dark, like I said, let's cut this right in two. And we're going to do two of them. I'm using the same flower, so any image, and when it's detailed too, it's very good. Okay, this one don't have the embossing buddy. This one will. You see it leave a white dust. Don't worry about that. Put your image. Now we're going to put our powder. let's go this time with Melon Mumbo. Back here. See, you get all little speckle. Even if I tap, a lot of time the speckle's still there. This here, gonna do this, it all fall off. So we're gonna put that aside. Let's put that right in here right away. So the one with the spoon and the little plastic container, it's very handy because then it goes right back in the bucket. You don't have to transfer, it's ready to go again. Okay, now we're going to start our tool. It's kind of noisy a little bit, and you're going to see it's going to start turning shiny when it's embossed. First, when you turn your heat gun, your tool, it takes a little bit longer, but it don't take long to warm up. And then, I don't know how much you can see. The minute you're going to see the plastic, make sure it's all melted, move it around. I mean, it's done. And here again, I bet you're going to ask how long I can put the powder and emboss. I would say a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes, whatever. I like, when I do a lot of embossing, I like to do quite a few, then start my heat gun and just go with it. See this one? My gun is very hot, how fast it goes. And then, again over here. And like I said, this is the basic. It's many other things, you know, for when you get the detail and you want to color and that, it is wonderful. Okay, now remember the one that I did. This one I did pretty good. I just got a few speckles. I was lucky. I got the white powder on this. What you're going to do is just take a rag and look, it come right off. How simple is that? So this is how you do your embossing. Now, why, I bet you would say why I would do white on white. Well, the thing with that, it's you can use your sponge like I did on this card, and you can sponge a background, or you can do resist too. I'm going to come back later with the resist. I just did a little bit of color, it's Sarah Sand, and then just going to go around a little bit here. So it's just going to absorb the color where it's not embossed, and then you're going to get your image very coming out. So sometimes you just want a little bit, that is perfect. Then when you're done with your sponging, take a rag and wipe it again, and then it's really going to pop out. I bet you can see good now. I think maybe over here you can see better. So that is the basic of the embossing. Again, you're going to need your heating tool, your powder, and then pigment ink, like the Versamark, it's a pigment ink, craft ink, that work wonderful. So hope you learned a little bit of the basic with the embossing, heat embossing, and I will be back next Wednesday with more Stamping 101. Have a great day.